I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Welcome to the RBC Dominion Securities Western Canadian Showdown. We're very proud to sponsor this event for our community and surrounding area. We wish everyone good curling and best of luck.
And very warm greetings from Swift Current. It is the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. And our match for you today is Chelsea Carey taking on Ashley Thevenot. C bracket game. Thevenot's got the hammer here in the first end. Playing the Yellowstones. Team Carey playing the Redstones. Wherever you are in the world, we are glad that you are along with us on Curling Stadium for what should be a very entertaining match. Guards up early. Chelsea Carey says, let's get right into it. Looking to whip one around that red center guard. Winner of this game will advance to the C qualifier against Michelle Englot. Teams trying to stay alive, keep their qualification hopes alive in this game. Big late finish. Stone comes to rest deepish in the rings, back 8 foot. Lots of room to work with for Ashley Thevenot. Can get around that corner, fully bury and get shot just. Stremick. Turn up the middle. It's well clear of the guard. That's got a bit of heat. Sweep for finish and hide what they can. It's going to slide just into the 12. It's going to be second shot, but it is half hidden. Still lots of rings to work with for Thevenot. Hard for Chelsea to ignore it. But ignore it she will. Says, yeah, we're shot. Let's get another one around there. Emily Zacharias. Like this one, maybe half into the 4-foot. Big sweep. And this one's going to come up light. Comes to rest into the rings. Good job by the sweepers just to get it to the rings. But it's sitting in third shot position, but the redstone's really accumulating. Thevenot does have the hammer though, so she won't be too worried about that accumulation. Skermick being asked for the in-turn this time. Instead of going around the corner guard, it's going to be come around the center guard this time. Got a lot of tolerance here. You can leave it high, fully buried. You can take it back T-line. It's a pretty good attacking situation here for Team Thevenot. Another big sweep. Brings it to rest. Nearly fully 4-foot, maybe just a corner hidden. Good look from the hack end. Nearly fully exposed. Maybe just a corner hiding there. Definitely playable for Team Carey. Carly Burgess on the in-turn. They jumping that one out of hand. This is going to flirt with that center guard, and it's all over it. Now it's a plan B double tap. I'm going to push that red, well, a bit further forward, but not going to out count that stone in the back 8. And it's a huge chance for Ashley Thevenot. To follow that draw down. Perfect here. 2/3 around the red. Inside nose. Sit in front of shot rock. In the words of the legendary Colleen Jones, try to Christmas tree it a little bit. Show a piece of the shot rock, but only a piece. Great chance here in end number 1 to really stack up a 2 or a 3. If they can get this into a good place. It's really moving now, though. Over curls. Sits up, yeah, just half the 12-foot. 3 feet away, that would have been a pistol, but coming up short. Does at least cover a bit more of the shot rock. Chelsea Carey will be asking Carly Burgess to make an adjustment. Tight with her first one. Better looking line here. And again, big sweep. Look how much finish there is here. It's almost like you can't take enough ice. Now the path to shot rock well and truly defended. Overlap center guards. Now it's a switch of gears for Ashley Thevenot. This is that intern side. It's pretty much locked up. 2 reds are pretty menacing. The one biting the front 12 and then the one in the 8-foot behind it. So if Ashley does decide to go around, there will be a double raise there for Chelsea coming back if she can just sneak by that center guard. But that's still ahead of us. Come around draw being called here. Brittany Tran. offensive situation if they can just sneak another one into a good location. This one looks a little warm though. Going to slide deep in the rings. How deep? Will in fact slide into the back 12 foot. So those opportunities are really going begging here for Team Thevenot. Had a couple of chances here to really lock in a potential 3. Just haven't gotten the stones in good locations. And giving Chelsea Carey a chance to get off the hook. Chelsea doesn't mind those 2 reds lined up. She can happily go around those, knowing that if Ashley comes back and does try to make a play on the reds, it's red onto red, and that's good for her. Tough shot. First up. But she can get one just full 4-foot tee line-ish behind cover. Definitely set up to force and maybe a steal. I'll get by those 2 front stones first, and I don't think she's going to. This one's really making a move. Lots of movement out there in this game. Weight wasn't bad. Just the line over curls. Once again, Ashley Thevenot been given an opportunity here to come out of this end with multiples. Problem is now not a lot of good ways to get behind cover. Out-turn side, choked. In-turn side, there's a port, but not a big one. And if you're going to get behind cover, you're going to be behind the tee. That doesn't really help you either. So they're looking at, well, do we come around the corner guard? Can we get full 8, second shot and behind cover? I'm not sure they can either. So there are not a lot of great spots here for Thevenot. You can take a lot of risk and try to come through the hole and sit on top of your own, but you flick anything on the way by. And that's not great. Got a long angle tap if you want. That's tough. But it may not be a terrible option to try. Does look like it's going to be a red-yellow tap to me from that brush position. Tap the red on the center, onto the yellow, promote the yellow forward. Out of all the options she's got, this is probably the best one to try and lie to. Shot's on its way. Decent looking line, trying to hold that line, don't want it to over curl. Tap and tap. And she does push her own stone into second shot position. Nicely done. Keeps it behind cover as well. Nice shot. Well, let's not so fast. That's pretty close to that one in the back 12 or in the back 8, isn't it? Yellow, red. You'd measure it. Chelsea Carey, I think it's her turn to be thinking tap here. Looks to me like she wants to promote that redstone, biting half the 12 foot just to the left of the brush as we look at it from the delivery end. Angle tap, push it into the 4 foot. Or at the least, cut down inside the 8 foot. And really put the pressure on for a force. Lots of rocks in play, lots of movement as well. fooling the athletes a little bit, the amount of curl that they're seeing early in this one. I think this is a 6-foot angle tap attempt for Chelsea Carey. Needs to move a little, and she does nudge it by and puts it right on the pin. Lovely shot from Chelsea Carey. Well judged, well read. And there you look at it from the hack end. Where's Shot Rock? It's behind a forest of granite. And of course, absolutely now, if you're Ashley Thevenot, try that angle run. Tough, very tough. Has to get across nose of the stone in the forefoot to make. Don't think you'd ever think about trying to go past that stone in the front of the forefoot and try to pick the red out. This is one of these ones where you give it a try. You make it perfect. Well, you might score 4. Low probability of make, though. Tough, tough shot. Needs about 2/3 contact on that yellow stone on the outside. Final stone on its way for Ashley Thevenot. Trying a 10-foot angle double raise. That one needs to curl a ton. It's not going to. Dashes around the front, and Chelsea Carey out of nowhere with that lovely angle raise of her own steals a single point in the first end. So Chelsea Carey breaks on top with the steal, taking a 1-0 lead into the second end here in Swift Current.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you.
Second end is underway here in Swift Current at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. Chelsea Carey taking on Ashley Thevenot. Chelsea Carey with a lovely little angle raise to get the steal in the first end. Hans Fraunlob along with Jim Nixon. Jim, you were mentioning that you were covering one of Chelsea's games earlier on, and she's run a little bit hot and cold, but I think I said during the break, Chelsea, when she's on form, hard to beat.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah, she had a rough game. Her team had a rough game too. It wasn't all Chelsea last evening, but yeah, she just couldn't get it going at all. And like I say, she beat Carey Einerson earlier in her second game in the event. So You don't beat Anderson without playing fairly well.
No doubt about that. Taking advantage of the missed corner guard. Attacking around the center. Throwing it back 8, so we're in for an interesting second end here. Thevenot going back to the well to try and set another corner here, or set a corner. Caitlin Skinner.
Yeah, I didn't see the first end. I got tied up and couldn't get back, but it looked like they put some rocks in play in the first end as well, if I caught the end right.
Yeah, certainly did. There were lots and lots of rocks in play, and Chelsea had to make a dandy little about 8-foot angle raise to the pin to get herself out of trouble, because it was looking like she was going to be dropping 2, maybe 3, and then bailed herself out with a beauty little angle raise. Stole the end, and that's where we are here in end number 2. Playing conditions here in Swift Current have looked really, really good of them. It's my 3rd game now, and it's supported the full range of shots.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be. Yeah, it's the ice has been great actually. We did an event here last week as well, and it was a little bit different this week. I think they might have just a little work on stones or whatever. It has a little more finish. It was good last week, nothing wrong with it, but it just didn't have a real hard finish that we seem to get most of the time now, and that was the case. That's the case this week, where last week it was just a little smoother kind of curl sort of thing, and just didn't have quite that same snap at the end. So
yeah, we did see in the first end where we did see some big late finish on come around attempts. So you're right, Jim.
Yeah.
Lots of finish, good pace, and pretty consistent right across the sheet from, well, every sheet that I've seen anyway. So players love that. They love to be able to walk onto the playing surface knowing that they've got confidence around what's going to be happening out there.
Yeah, consistency is certainly a nice thing.
Yeah, you got enough to worry about when you're trying to play against a really strong opponent without having to have in the back of your mind some uncertainties around tracks and different pieces of ice. It can just let you focus fully on just shot execution and shot choice, which is a great thing. A little less clutter here on end number 2 than we saw on end number 1. More conservative play, and of course that was really dictated by that hogged corner guard attempt early in the end. Stone is going to come to rest, just biting the front 12, providing a bit more cover to that stone in the back 8. Still lots of room in the scoring area though for Ashley Thevenot. Says, I set that corner guard, let's use it.
Hey, you rarely see somebody be this persistent on using that corner guard. Normally they put it up, and at some point like this, they would go around the center just because the numbers are starting to look a little bit off. So it's if you go around the corner here, you know, and Chelsea ever ignores it and comes around the center, it would be a bit of a challenge to bring that corner back into play.
And I think Ashley's teammates, after some conversation, actually persuaded her that, yeah, is going around the corner right now a great idea? And so
yeah,
they have shifted gears.
Get you.
Not doubting you, Skipper, but have you thought about this?
Yeah.
So it will be the play on the front stone. Sensible play. I mean, you could go around the corner and attack, but probably taking a bit of unnecessary risk in the process, and double clear there, leaving that stone just off the center line, but does give Team Thevenot better options, I think, for later in the end. Good shot.
Yeah, I think that was a wise decision, especially when you've just given up one in the first end. Give yourself a bit of a breather here and not make it too difficult, too quick. I love it. I love when they put rocks in play, but gotta be a little bit careful sometimes.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Jim. It's momentum's an invisible thing in a game, but you know, if you ever wound up just pressing a bit too hard and you're dropping steel early in the game, all of a sudden you're feeling pretty wobbly. So you're right. You don't want to make it too difficult on yourself in the name of attacking hard. This one's going to slide deep. Sits on the corner of that stone of the back 8 foot. So that play on the front stone is going to be rewarded now for Thevenot with an attacking opportunity. Can safely ignore those stones in the back rings now and whip one around that stone that is just off center. Sweepers think it's got plenty of weight. They're just looking for guidance on line when to try and sweep for finish, and here it comes. Look at this thing walking over. Taking it as far as they can. Hiding, you know, maybe half of it. If you're nitpicking, you'd say you'd like to take that another half a foot forward than they actually did. You could see Chelsea holding the brush handle down.
Yeah, I think, you know, if you could have got another 4 or 18 inches out of that, it would have been maybe that much better, but pretty good effort.
Yep, absolutely right. But enough visible for Chelsea Carey to say, let's have a dig. Try to chip it out of there. Hang around in the process if we can. Big brush, but just gonna clip. Sweepers can't hold that one, and it's gonna spill through the rings. Does displace that guard, so it exposes shot rock a bit more, so Ashley can't really just leave it there, so she said, let's split it.
Yeah, I think a good call here. Get that one behind the guard, and should sit 2 after you're done if you make it well.
You pointed out, Jim, you know, Ashley's been wanting to use that corner guard so badly, and here's a chance to push one there finally in that direction. That would open up a nice path into the 4-foot area for that last if she needs it in the process. So potential to lie to here, one guarded. They want some contact. They get some contact. Maybe a fraction more weight than they wanted, but not bad in the end of it all. They are lying 1 for certain, I would say. Pretty close for second shot, but a good shot. Opens up those 2 at the back, wide open for a hit later in the end. Nice shot.
Yeah, well done. It's yeah, you're right. I'm not exactly who shot. I'm not sure who's first, second, or third.
Yeah, it's pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. The yellow that she's going to hit right here looks to me like probably would be number 3, but the other 2 are close. So
well, the promoted stone on the split is well and truly buried behind those 2 guards. So Chelsea Carey says, all right, play the open one, no real choice. If you're hitting, that is.
Yeah.
She could elect draw, but then drawing around a corner when your opponent might already be lying to is inviting some real problems if you don't execute great. So this is a safe call. Thevenot with the hammer here in 2. Nose and a little outside spill. So we don't have to worry about who's out counting who as far as that rock goes now, but they are taking a closer look at who's actually shot right now. So what do you think, Jim? If you've got doubt in this situation around who's shot, how does that influence your shot choice, do you think?
Well, I think if you're doubtful at all, then I think you got to make a play on this back one. You can do it this way by throwing a normal takeout at it. You could throw just a heavy draw, if you will, at it if you want to be a little bit safer for saving your shooter. But I think you got to make a move here, because if you don't, you may not get a chance to.
Exactly. And that's my thought entirely. You may not get another chance to do it, so might as well do it now.
Yeah. And you know that she's not going to just ignore this one. If you make the shot, she's going to play it, and you should have a pretty reasonable shot at your deuce.
Thevenot, in-turn hit on this one immediately, and it's already biting that center line.
Yeah,
this one is over curling. Just grazes.
Yeah. She might have moved it just enough to make sure that hers is shot rock, but that's all.
Yeah, you'd be disappointed with that. Takes the situation from a pretty strong chance to score 2 to, oh gosh, we might get forced out of all of this. As you said, Jim, at least the positive was now pretty clear from the overhead, at least, that yellow was shot rock, but could have been so much better for Ashley Thevenot.
Well, you just don't really like to throw a shot like that. You know, as you said during the shot, it was pretty tight right off the start. I mean, they were on it right out of her hand, and that's usually an indication that you're fairly narrow, to say the least.
Yes, I remember I competed in the 2006 Olympics, and we had were interviewed by NBC prior to the competition, and they were interviewing my teammates. It was kind of one of these flash response types of things. You know, I'll say a word and say the first thing that pops into your mind. They're interviewing my teammate Dan Mustapik, and said, "Okay, Dan, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?" We say, "Hurry." Dan would say, "Bad." He would say, "Bad shot." Now, that's about right. As soon as you hear the "yeah" right out of hand, you know you got trouble.
Yeah.
This one has got a bit of pace. This one is going to be hurtling into the deep of the rings, and it is going to be sliding back into the back 12 foot. So poor execution from both skips in this end. Chelsea Carey, after making a really nice angle tap to set up the steal in the first end, has given Ashley Thevenot an open invitation here to draw for 2 or hit, depending which shot she wants to play. We're pretty certain that yellow's lying 1, but Chelsea there just, you know, really 6 feet heavy with that draw.
Yeah, it's quite heavy. It's you know, good opportunity there for her to maybe give Ashley Thevenot a very tough shot to score 2, and maybe force her to take 1. A little bit surprised here, like you say. I'm with you. I think it certainly looks like yellow here, and if you're sure of that at all, I don't see the hit here as being the shot, but
maybe this is yeah, just maybe wanting to get the bad memory of that miss on the first shot dealt with by a better execution on the same shot down a slightly different path this time. This one is looking much better. Gets to nose, little outside flop, but it will be a 2 for Ashley Thevenot. So she's expunged the demons of that first in-turn that was narrow. Throws that second in-turn much better for the nose hit, and it is a 2 on the board for Ashley Thevenot. They take a 2-1 lead into the third end in Swift Current.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster. Sounds like 1 more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Wherever you are in the world, we are glad that you're with us. This is the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown in Swift Current. Chelsea Carey taking on Ashley Thevenot in the C bracket. Thevenot, after giving up a steal in the first, came back with a pair in the second to take a 2-1 lead here into the third. Chelsea Carey with last rock. Hans Fraunlob along with Jim Nix, and Jim, we were talking during the break. That final shot for the 2 from Ashley. Both of us were slightly surprised by her shot choice, throwing the hit rather than the draw for the 2, but I'll give the analogy, you know, it's kind of like getting right back on the horse after you fall off. Ashley, tight with her first, says, I'm just going to throw it again. I'm just going to throw it better. She did.
Yeah, certainly showed some confidence in that by doing that, and that's good. That's the one good thing about it. If your skip is still confident and not shaky after throwing the first one, because she had to throw the first one fairly poorly because it barely touched the rock. So certainly a much better effort on the second one. Never really much doubt from the time she let it go that she was going to be fine.
So Chelsea Carey for the first time in the game with last rock. Let's see how she sets up this end. Center guard up. Stone in the 12-foot behind it. Corner guard up. One on Lenantine. Going to come around the pile from the outside. I always liked throwing these shots, Jim. You know, throw it out in the weeds, go around the pile. It was always fun for me. I don't know, maybe it's weird.
Yeah. I'm not sure weird, but it is a bit rarer than some other shots for sure. We've seen a couple teams do this though. Watched the Anderson game yesterday. She did the same thing. What's nice about it is the ice conditions are going to allow you to do it. You know, in the past, lots of times when you get out there, you just get no curl. So here you're still getting nice curl right across the sheet. So it's why not use the whole sheet?
Absolutely. Great execution, perfect weight, perfectly buried. Nice shot. So a good start to the early part of this third end for Team Carey. Thevenot is going to use her center guards. So well clear of that stone in the front 12. It will finish. Might hide a piece, but probably not much more. Tiniest piece hidden behind the long center. It is definitely playable for Chelsea. Couple of options here for Chelsea. She's happy to roll to the wing. You could also get a bit aggressive and probably even get across nose if you wanted to, but early in the end, it seems to me, Jim, that Chelsea's quite happy to keep scoring area open.
Yeah, I agree. That's certainly an indication that she wanted to roll towards the outside, and makes some sense. But you got to go a long ways yet, so I wouldn't be against playing a little bit of a flop inside. She doesn't look like she's going to roll away. That's for sure in this.
Yep, and now it's definitely plan B. It's getting to the nose, and they buy that stone in the top 12. Well, it's certainly not a roll to the wings. That is that inside flop. just enough weight to push that stone into the back ring. It's going to bite the back 12, but winds up becoming a good result. As Ashley Thevenot says, how much can you see? And I'm sure the answer from the hack is going to be, yeah, not much.
Yeah, that was a much better call.
So, yeah, exactly. It worked out great.
Whether or not she made it or not, it was a good. She made that call or not, it was a good choice. It rolled a little tiny bit too far. I wouldn't be shocked to see Thevenot take on the thin double here. It's you got a little bit of a mess going, and you have some center guards. I agree, but there's 2 red ones in there, so I wouldn't be surprised to see her do this.
No, I'm with you, Jim. I mean, if you make a play, if you catch the front yellow, you catch the front yellow, right? But
yeah,
if you get any contact at all, about the only bad thing that could be happening would be to whip it right through the hole, which is almost impossible if you're playing out turn. So
yeah.
But after a bit of reflection, they're saying, yeah, that still feels a bit too hard. So we still got center guards up. They are staggered, so let's try to go around them instead.
Yeah, and absolutely nothing wrong with this. It's it's an aggressive call for sure, and you've got rocks that you would like to be able to use. So it's just a bit riskier, is all.
Yeah, the redstone's definitely accumulating. Your opponent's got the hammer, so you are accepting some risk here. Price to pay if you're going to try to go around the center guards. This stone has got some heat, and it is going to slide deep in the rings, and now the sweepers are saying you need to get it out of that area that Chelsea can use it, so they sweep it as deep as they can out of shot rock position, but more importantly out of a more usable position for Chelsea.
Yeah, and I know you can't play the game based on somebody missing shots, but it's that was the problem with that shot. Now, if Chelsea ever hits this and rolls to where her broom is, for example, now what do you do? Do you choose to ignore that again? And if you make one really good shot, you get out of it. But if you don't, it could be a very crooked number on the board.
You're pushing more and more of the chips into the pot every time you make that decision, don't you, Jim? You're just sort of taking on more and more risk. Good looking stone here. Gonna catch the outside, gonna get a little outside flop. And Carey now lying 3. There's an inside roll available if Ashley does want to play that hit and flop, but she will not roll to shot position. Best she's going to do is roll to second shot position. So this is a bit of a damage control play, and even as damage control plays go, you're still inviting your opponent to score 2 or more. So a bit of trouble in this end for Team Thevenot. Brittany Tran. Pretty important that they get some kind of cover on the roll here. Well, best they're going to do is get to the beak. Chelsea says thank you very much. We'll just hit and flop to the wing again. And again, Chelsea with good options here, Jim. Knows about the only bad thing here.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure to roll out to the other edges on this one. It's you ever hit it on the nose and give Thevenot another crack at making that roll.
Inside roll would also be a good option for Chelsea, but she says, yep, rolling to the wing. Really happy with that. Yellow counters just on the edge of the 12-foot, so tons of house to work with. This one, though, is heading for that nose. Gonna get the tiniest outside roll. Bit surprised halfway down that they didn't audible for the inside roll on that one, Jim, when they saw the track.
Yeah, it was a possibility for sure. It had pretty firm weight, but that would have been an option. And it's a little awkward there. You see with Zacharias there, she's got left hand pretty low on the broom, and trying to maneuver your way around the rocks is a bit of a problem when you're that low on on the brush sometimes.
That's a very good point. Very good point. So much downward pressure the athletes get, and so being able to redirect that motion really, really quickly can be difficult.
Almost.
Yeah, almost indeed. And that rock creeping ever further forward in the rings, now straddling tee line. Three to come for Team Carey. Chelsea's still looking for that outside roll, but as that stone comes further forward, I'm not thinking about inside roll in this situation. Start thinking about 3+.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're at that point now where inside not a bad thing at all.
Well, once again, the tiniest of outside rolls.
Yeah, roll a little bit makes this shot for Thevenot a little bit tougher, but you can see the problem with leaving those rocks earlier. It's kind of going the direction that you might not be surprised to see. You're chasing hard here to avoid a 3-ender.
Chelsea with a big stretch there on the backboards. Hopefully she's not feeling any discomfort. Just keeping loose, as she knows that it'll be her moment to throw coming up. Key shot coming up here, though, for Thevenot. This is the shot where you can bail yourself out of the end with a great roll. But if you don't make, you could be dropping a pile.
Yeah, seeing Chelsea do that, it's something that, now that I'm older, I do that every now and then myself just to know how much it's going to hurt when I actually have to throw the rock. It's good to know.
I hear you, Jim.
Yeah.
Once girls reach a certain age, I'm certainly in that bracket. Every trip down means a trip back up again, and oh my goodness, this one is over curling a pile once again on that in-turn side from Ashley Thevenot. I do wonder if it's that 7 rock, because we saw the same thing happen earlier. Missed an in-turn hit badly in this one, a complete miss.
Yeah, the rock idea is good, except the only thing makes me think it's not is that it's right out of her hand that they're starting to scoop it in.
Yep, agreed.
Really just not releasing out to the broom there. It's got to be a little soft coming out of her hand. It doesn't look bad when we see it, but we're not seeing it from right behind the brush. And both cases, they did jump it right away. So
golden opportunity now for Chelsea Carey. Line 3, 2 of them covered. It's almost an embarrassment of riches. You'd love this to be your last shot as opposed to your second last shot.
Yeah.
That shot rock edge of the forefoot still represents an escape hatch for Thevenot. But hey, you'd take it, wouldn't you? You'd love to be in this situation.
I don't know exactly where she's trying to put this one. I missed that.
Yeah, I thought she was looking at coming around the pile into the forefoot, but could she be guarding? I don't think so. I think she's coming into the rings.
Yeah, I like top 8, something like that, because that would not be bad. Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe that's on purpose. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me. But
yeah, that's really a nothing result for Chelsea Carey. You do wonder if it picked, because that is a long, long way from the rings, and so one more get out of jail opportunity for Ashley Thevenot.
Yeah, you made this roll situation a lot easier for Ashley as well. If you're still looking at 3, that's no fun, but now you got to roll about a foot or a little over a foot to save this whole land. And a minute ago you had to roll a lot further than that, so take advantage.
Yeah, that's kind of insult to injury if she does get the inside roll this time and rolls behind the stone that Chelsea just delivered. Chelsea trying to guard her own stone or come around, but boy, if your opponent uses that against you with an inside roll, that hurts even more. Once again to the in-turn. Finger in the air. Sweepers think it's got plenty of weight. Not uncommon after a miss that you'll step the weight up a little bit. This is a very good looking shot. Look at again the big finish though. Is it going to stick around? Comes to rest in the back of the forefoot, and that is a very nice shot. Chelsea Carey says, yeah, have to tip the cap. We're going to have to draw to the lid for our one. My goodness, what a let off. And nice shot from Ashley Thevenot in return after that poor shot on the first one. Good inside roll there, Jim.
Yeah, great shot. Yeah, no question about it. And she didn't overthrow it a lot either, which I was a little concerned that she might bring the weight up a little bit as she tried to throw it, and in which case she wouldn't have got the roll. So just, yeah, tremendous shot. Chelsea Carey, this is going to be a hard one to throw. You got a little anger in your belly here after your first one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now you got to draw. Not only do you draw, you got to draw good. Like you don't, not like you just got to hit the 8-foot here. You got to kind of get it in there well. Yeah.
Well, we said 2 shots ago when Chelsea was lying 3, when she was debating that shot, it was like 1 shot too soon, and so it transpired. Came up light, went up a guard. Ashley made the good hit and roll, and now Chelsea has to hit the lid just to score.
Sweepers are not even thinking about it.
No, body language of the sweeper says this one's heavy. They're already kicking the stones up, and out of nowhere, great hit and roll, and it's a steal for Ashley Thevenot. So what a turnaround in this third end. Carey had it lined up for a multiples, but quick turn of events at the end turns into a steal for Ashley Thevenot, and they carry a 3-1 lead into the fourth in Swift Current.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Fourth end underway here in Swift Current at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. Chelsea Carey versus Ashley Thevenot. Hans Frauenthal along with Jim Nix. And Jim, what a dramatic turnaround there at the end of that third end. Chelsea Carey seemed to have the end wired with the hammer, lying 3 as she went to throw her first stone of the end. And what an incredible turnaround from there. Thevenot with the steal.
Yeah, it really was. I think a couple things went wrong. First of all, Carey just never ever got that outside roll that she was looking for, that for 2 or 3 shots there. Just needed to roll one away. Even if you ran the risk of rolling out, would have been probably better than where it ended up. But Yeah, both skips struggled in that, and Tashi Thevenot made one perfect shot, and that was enough to steal one there. And Chelsea would not be happy with her last shot. She was significantly heavy and never really had a chance. So big steal.
Carey with last rock here in the fourth, trailing by 2. We know she's a player of quality. We know her team are players of quality. And Jim, the quality teams, it's a bit of a sporting cliche, but it's one that I like a lot. And they say, good athletes have got really short memories. So the good teams can kind of take a bad situation like that and kind of throw it into the trash bin pretty quickly. And you kind of have to in that situation, don't you?
Yeah, you really do.
Staying in the now, as the sports psychologists like to say. Tell yourself, score our pair, get to halfway tied up, reset, and attack the last half of the game. 3/4 around that corner guard. Well, maybe half around. Good shot though. This is the situation that has changed now with the 5 rock free guard zone. Different shot choice compelled here for Thevenot. It's made the game a lot more fun.
Yeah, Thevenot obviously likes offense a lot more than defense too. So she's ready to go all the time. And the team reined her in a little bit the last end and changed a few things, but this was not to say that you would go after that red one, but you certainly could go after the red one in the house. You're running risk of touching the other, but you could do that if you wanted to do that. But she's going to keep the pedal to the metal and guard this up. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong indeed. Touches a piece of that center line. Chelsea says, how much of that back one can we see? Maybe a fraction, so that's good enough for Chelsea to say, let's make a play at it. Hackway, do you like this call, Jim?
Well, no, I don't actually love it a lot. I'm just, I'm thinking when I look at the overhead here, I'm thinking that's a possible jam, number one, and she can probably see as much of the back one as she can this one, so I don't know if I'm going to play that tough a shot. I might just go after the shot rock and be there.
Yeah, I'm with you. You're playing hack weight at the front stone. Not only do you have the risk of the jam, but you got to push it a long way to get it out of the rings as well.
She's going to have a good shot, having said all that.
Yeah, that's a lovely execution there. Perfect weight for the shot, just enough to push it through the rings on the angle. Terrific, terrific shot. Perfect weight control. So difficult to do. You need to throw enough to push it out of the rings, but you can't throw too much. Great shot.
Thevenot's going to show me that she can play some defense, so she's going to hit this one. I thought she might just come right around the guard.
That's right. Stones in the ring? Nah. Ignore 'em. 2-point margin on the scoreboard dictates the call, and the hit is the call. Lots of cover to roll behind across the rings. Got to get contact first, though. Got the contact, got it thin. It's going to spill around the guards, outside the guards, spin back maybe a bit. Yep. And hides maybe a sliver of the shot, but most importantly, removes one of Carey's counters and leaves herself lying 2. Good shot.
Yeah, very good shot. We were talking about that little spin action last night, and it seems like it's inevitable. Roy McCusker was saying, and I think he's right, is that the rocks are sharp enough now that they almost always have that little spin action, and I said, yeah, because it's weird. People will be trying to sweep him on the inside, on the outside, all over the place.
Exactly.
I don't think any of it matters. I think you can just watch it and let it do whatever it's going to do.
Yeah, I think so too. Trying to backward sweep everything you can to get it to go the other way, and it just kind of goes by itself. Nice shot to the nose. Still accessible for Thevenot. Further forward it comes, I think the better it is for Ashley. She can never get just across nose, tiny inside flop. Setting up really, really well for a force. Tran. Sweeping for curl, no contact yet. It's got a piece, but I don't think it's going to stick around. Well, it will. Maybe. Yes, more spin action on the back. So it does hang around for second shot, but scoring area now wide open for Chelsea Carey, and she says, all right, let's go. Ignoring the two counters of Thevenot.
Yeah, neither one of those are, well, super easy to hit and do anything much with. One of them's wide open, but the other one's a little bit tough to hit, and I think this is definitely the right call here.
Sweepers trying to drag this as far as they can. They'd like to get full cover and tight to the forefoot, and they do. Great sweep. Really well done. Good team shot there.
Yeah, good shot. Carly Burgess doesn't miss too many real big important shots, and at this stage in the game, despite being early situation, it's a big shot.
Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes. Not that Chelsea is struggling, but you know, she did miss a stone in her previous end, and sometimes the teammates step up like Carly did just there to say, all right, you know, it's about four of us, it's not about one of us, and I'll step up to make a shot that could turn the end around. That was a beauty. So this is forcing Ashley Thevenot into what for her I'm sure feels a bit uncomfortable. Drawing around a stone that's just in front of the forefoot. Brittany Tran. Perfect is probably full button. Half around the stone on the forefoot, but boy, that's a small target area.
Looks pretty good though.
Good looking line. How deep is it going to go is the question. And that is a pretty good pass from Tran. Goes to the back of the button, but nearly fully buried. I would say it is fully buried. Chelsea Carey says, yeah, we've seen how much it finishes though. I'd like you to throw back 8, and I think we can get to it and just nudge it. Very nice shot though.
Yeah, Brittany Tran coming off a sparing roll in the last Grand Slam.
Been a great experience. Trying to anticipate the break. You know it's going to come. You know, sweeping for maximum curl. Going to get a tiny piece, but just going to shove it and spill. One's going to hang around in third shot position. Thevenot not out of the woods yet, but lots of red menacing stones hanging around.
Yeah, there are, right? But I still might be a little bit tempted to guard here. I don't know. I don't see any reds that she can really use right now. So I don't really see anything really wrong with a guard or corner freeze a red at the top there. Possibly would be good, just in case Chelsea decides to play a run back.
You know, the double red run back on the stones on the right-hand side of the picture are the kind of get out of jail for Chelsea, and we've seen her make that kind of shot over the years. So that's sort of there as a bit of a danger sign.
Yeah, that's a good point. If she were to make that one, I was thinking of the straight back run back, but
right.
The other one's shorter and it's all her color, and she would be, potentially sitting 3 after she made that. So certainly something to think about.
You just can't leave it, so you have to do something here. And the question I always used to ask myself is, okay, first of all, what's the easiest thing for her to make? What does she want to throw?
Yeah.
Try to take that away first. And then if it's the same thing as if she made a really hard one, it would really scorch us. Hopefully it's the same thing. Sometimes it isn't.
Yeah, their initial thought was to hit this red one, and it looks like they're going to finish up with that. It just gets the numbers down, I guess, is what it does for you, really, more than anything else. And nothing wrong with that. We're a 3-1 lead also.
Yeah, scoreboard absolutely a factor in this call, and it is the risk-reward calculation, and you're thinking, what's not acceptable? Giving up 3 is not acceptable. So what's the way to not give up 3? Hit third shot.
That's Ashley's favorite shot, the in-turn takeout, so.
Yes, this has been an adventure in this game for Ashley, and it has been on this first stone. So her first attempt has been the tricky one.
If you're going to make 50% of them, you're the skip. It's better to make the second one every time. So
good
she's
point.
done that.
That's a very good point.
It's okay this time. She ramped the weight up a little bit, and
well, that's a good compensator when you're not feeling great about a particular turn and you're missing hits and you're feeling like you're starting them. Usually a decent antidote for that is to step the weight up a little bit and just be a bit more purposeful with your release, and there's no shortage of purpose on that shot from Ashley Thevenot.
No, not at all. Chelsea Carey's in some trouble again. I shouldn't say again. She was only in trouble for 2 minutes the last stand. It just happened that it was a wrong time at the end to be in trouble. Yeah. But she's also in a position, if she makes a really good shot here, she could still possibly pull a 2 out of her little hat here.
Well, that's true. Corner freeze even sets up, well, let's see, the yellow stone is out counting the red stone, you're right. So it is a setup shot for a 2 rather than a potential 3 here.
Yeah. First things first, though, I guess just make this one.
Well, yeah, Chelsea's been fighting her draw weight so far in this game, so you feel like this is an important one for her, just to dial in the zone of the lid. So you're going to fight to get this stone past that stone in the front 8, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to hold line. But this one is going to, I think, overcurl and just chip that front stone. Does create potentially another option for her on her last.
Yeah, it's solid number 2.
Potentially now a shot through the port on her last on the outturn side for Chelsea to promote red to remove the back yellow and maybe score, but Not making it easy for herself, that's for sure.
No, and even that one is tough, Hans, because she needs to hit that a little bit on the outside, that red stone.
Exactly. You'd have to
throw it.
graze that stone in the front 12, wouldn't you? That would be a
Yeah.
tough shot.
Which means you got to throw it pretty hard to make that work. But the intern into that would work, except for the guard out there. So it's
Exactly.
a tough one for her to use, but
Exactly
Thevenot passed the guard. She has to make a good guard here because it definitely would be there, the raise on the red. The other red, number three or four, whatever it is there, just to the right of the center line.
Task here for Thevenot, take away the obvious tap. That's the one up the middle.
I don't know if she was playing that shot.
No, she's not. She's trying to come around it. She winds up promoting it.
Well, I can't really even imagine that. And if you're going to play that shot, you've got to play that with so much ice you never ever do anything with that redstone.
So out of nowhere, Chelsea Carey has got a makeable short tap for two. Red onto the stone in the back of the forefoot. Heavy draw, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Puzzling shot choice from Thevenot.
Yeah, I thought all along she was playing the straight guard. It just seemed to be the indication. We don't hear them, obviously, so it's can't always tell, but I don't know, for some reason I just thought it was a guard.
Last shot coming up for Chelsea Carey, and out of nowhere here in a game where there's been some struggles, a chance to get back even if she can make this short-ish tap. Got lots of weight, and this one has to curl a ton. Gonna get a piece, but the angle's gonna be bad. A little bit of a redirect though. And when the smoke clears, it will be a single point for Chelsea Carey. So not the pair she was hoping for, but a single point nonetheless. Thevenot carries a 3-2 lead into the fifth end here in Swift Current.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster. Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Chelsea Carey with some work to do here in the 5th. Trailing by 1, only 1 now, but without hammer. Thevenot trying to come around those guards, but didn't make it. Quite a bit too light.
Yeah, definitely lots of movement. And one thing we've seen right throughout this game, Jim, when the draws start to move, they go hard.
They do. As soon as that weight starts to come off, they go sideways sometimes.
So the play coming back into the center of the rings. Chelsea Carey be very happy about that. Great opportunity here to crank up the heat a little bit. Well by the guards, but maybe 3 feet heavier than she would have liked. Comes to rest just behind the tee line. And Ashley says, no, I don't like this at all up the middle. Let's do something about it.
Yeah, good time.
Blame her.
Yeah. And the possibility of getting really clearing this up. If she wants to take it, she can run this almost straight back and get rid of virtually all the guards.
Those
kind of neat
stones
because
were...
the high one's probably not the big problem, right?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And those overlap stones are the problems. Chelsea says, yep, those are going to be there for at least another shot, so let's get another one in there.
So a very good setup for Chelsea Carey here to get back in this. She's got, not that she's out of this, she's only down a point, but really good opportunity with those staggered guards that you just mentioned. If you can make a good shot here, you're going to have 2 in there, possibly both in the 4-foot with 2 shots, at least 2 shots to get them out for Thevenot.
Exactly, and not the easiest clear either in return for Thevenot. You might leave a guard up there on the clearing attempt. Nice shot there, perfectly buried. Front of second shot. And Ashley says, yeah, we gotta stick with the plan here. Just keep blasting our way back. Trying to open up those stones somehow. Those 2 red stones in the 4-foot, perfectly protected right now. Taylor Stremick. Going to kill 2 and roll away herself. And she does exactly that. Very nice clear from Stremick. That helps the cause, but Chelsea Carey says, yeah, just throw up a guard. Easier said than done, though. Getting a rock to the exact right place with the amount of finish that there is, not the easiest task.
You know, you love that. You love all that finish when you're trying to play the come around game, but when you're trying to throw the guard, then it's a little bit.
Exactly. You want me to stop it there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting the judgment right, both as the line reader and the sweeper. Really challenging the center line helps you as a sweeper just to kind of guide the line a little bit. Christmas tree has been lit up. Half covering the front stone, which in turn is half covering the stone behind it.
Yeah, a little longer out there. I always find the overhead view is so much different than the long view when we look down there. So it's Thevenot's going to play a hack weight shot here and try to move this top one out and roll to the side. That would open up the back one a little bit more as well. And
she can definitely get to that stone in the forefoot. The question is, how much contact can she get on the front stone, and how heavy can you throw it while you're making the attempt? Well, here it comes from Brittany Tran.
Sure looked like she set this out a little bit, but maybe not.
Sweeping for curl now, well by that center guard, so they're sweeping for maximum curl here to try and get as much contact as they can and maybe graze that back stone, but it goes past the back stone. Sits in the open. Chelsea Carey says, yep.
Yeah,
2-foot flop.
Brittany, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
Yeah.
The good news for Thevenot. She's got the hammer. Got that stone out there in the 12-foot as well. So it's a bit of accumulation going on for Team Thevenot. There's the hit. And there is that inside roll, just like you ordered it, Chelsea. Thank you very much. Perfectly behind the guard. Nice shot.
Yeah, it's pretty tough now. Thevenot's looking at playing that same sort of shot, but you can't see anything of it now. You could see at least some of it before. She's going to take a run at it, though.
Yeah, you might be able to push it back a couple of feet. Don't think you can move it out of the rings, but you do know you need to somehow free up the access to the pin. Otherwise, you got nothing. Could elect to clear if you wanted to here and run back if you want to try and open it up that way, but it does look like she's going to make a play at the shot rock.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be pilling this guard. I know it's getting late in the end, but you know, it's so good behind the guard that
a big shot here for Brittany Tran. You know it's going to curl. Great looking line. Big sweep. Gets that little nudge. Couldn't do much better than that, I think, Jim. That's a pretty good shot. Does leave the little tight hit and flop for Chelsea, but move that stone at least behind the tee line a little bit.
yeah, I agree. It's about the best she could do. Unfortunately, it does leave this little hit and roll for Chelsea, and if she could ever make it, she would be in a pretty darn good position here.
No doubt. Well, we've certainly seen flashes of the quality that we know Chelsea Carey has. She made an incredibly good angle tap in the first end to set up a steal. You know she's got the shots.
Yeah, for sure. No question. Too good a resume.
Absolutely right. The nice thing about this shot as a line reader, you kind of know where the edge of the rock needs to end up. You can use the center line as a guide here when you're reading line.
Yeah.
Pretty decent looking line. On
Close
it,
if
off
they
and
did.
on and off, and now it's really making a big late move. That looks like it kind of fooled them a little bit, Jim.
Well, it did, and I don't really know why. I was just about to say, like, this is getting over there pretty good kind of thing. You might kind of thinking
Yeah.
you better get started. Using the same theory that you had, where you're just looking at the center line thinking, well, we're getting pretty darn close, and we're only just over the hog line here, so you had to get going a little sooner. And worse yet is that the double for Thevenot now is not that difficult.
It's almost natural, isn't it?
I know they're not really there now. They're sort of looking at it. I don't really know what they're thinking. To me, it's just go ahead and play it. Sit two.
Yeah. Yeah, really. I mean, there's a triple here, you know. So you make the double, you probably make a triple, and you're probably behind cover.
Yeah.
And yeah, just looked like maybe it must have been the weight of the shot. I think it's the only thing I can think of, because they were on and off it on the sweep read. So line-wise, they must have been pretty happy, but it just went so hard late. Just maybe misread the pace a little bit just on the line read.
So I'm not
It's a
understanding.
long discussion here, Jim, in this
Well,
situation where it looks
appear that
pretty
they
obvious.
really, it doesn't really appear that they want to play the double. It's more like a tap and roll or something like that, and I just don't quite get it. To me, it's, unless I'm missing something, I don't know what it could be, but I don't know why you just don't go ahead and make the double and go. I mean, if you hit and roll on top of it, you're shot rock, and I get it, but, you know, I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Just Chelsea would have the same shot and with less risk because she's already number 2.
Yeah, I think if Chelsea's in this situation, she's already in the hack throwing the heater. So it's a long discussion.
They might be getting to it here yet when the broom keeps coming in.
That's true.
Getting closer.
The weight is creeping up every moment that brush comes narrower, and so I think that's absolutely. I think they've arrived at the right destination.
Yeah. Brittany Tran seems to be a bit concerned that maybe there's not enough room, but
gosh, it looks like there is now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you say that because even if you step up the weight and you're a little bit full and you hit and flop across, that's not a terrible result.
Yeah.
So, I think you throw this kind of weight with confidence here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm thinking plan A is the double and plan B is the hit and flop sort of thing, right? So
exactly. But you do have an opportunity to move 3 stones, and so why would you not try?
Yeah.
Sweeping hard and maybe over hard. They're going straight to the shot rock. Not even trying the double. They do get shot, but they do accumulate a little bit, but you do get the feeling like they've maybe let Chelsea off the hook a little bit with that shot choice.
Yeah, that's the way I feel anyways. I mean, Chelsea's got a tough shot here. She needs to get to the nose plus of this one to be able to be shot rock, I think. Well, actually, the nose probably gets awfully close to being shot rock.
I think it does, and if nothing else, certainly takes 3 out of the play entirely.
Yeah.
Probably sets up a force. Just feel like with the double and the potential triple there, Ashley could have left herself lying 3 well scattered, and why would you not have a go at that? But that choice has been made, and that shot is sitting in shot position. Thevenot perhaps saying to herself, at this point, I'm content to score. She's more worried about scoring and giving up a steal, perhaps, rather than pressing hard for a multiple.
She has left Chelsea Carey with a difficult shot, but Chelsea's taking a little bit more ice than what Thevenot had. So it's be interesting. Maybe she just needs more ice for her rocker. Maybe she sees something, but I don't know if you need to have more ice than actually Thevenot had on hers, because you do need to get to the inside a little bit on this.
Yeah, I agree. You need to have enough weight to push that yellow kind of past through the 8, I would have thought, at least.
Starting to curl now.
Yeah, once again, on it, off it, on it, off it. And again, quietish weight in the big late finish. Here it comes. It's not going to push it through the 8, but it is going to push it. But yeah, she pushed it enough to get it off the button. I don't know. I think yellow might still be shot.
Yeah, it's really close. I just found myself leaning into my laptop to see it closer.
That's right. We're all leaning forward.
Probably doesn't really help. Anyway, I need a zoom button. Anyway.
Yeah, once again, Chelsea just, that once again with the sweep on it, off it, on it, off it. So they like the line, but again, just down 6 feet of weight. So now are they looking at a double for 3? That's a tough shot.
I don't know, but I find it almost odd that they're looking at the double now when they didn't hardly even see anyone
exactly
wood before, and you can hardly even see the rock now. So it's interesting.
It's a much harder shot now than the one shot before, no doubt.
Yeah. I think
you can think about pushing it sideways. I'd be thinking about hitting the stone on the tee line, coming across, even around the horning off the shot rock, and push the red shot on the button sideways.
Yeah.
And maybe you get 3 that way.
Well, what we know is that it'll curl hard enough to get to the nose of that red rock. So you can, or we're pretty sure it will anyways, you can play this with just enough weight to move it through and be happy with the 2 or 3, whichever you end up with. I don't think the double's there, so you're going to jam it on your other one. And the shot that you just suggested is obviously an option for sure. I just don't know for sure if it's not just a little too low or a little too deep to make that shot. So looks like she's playing a little bump through the hole kind of shot. Well, maybe not. A lot of weight.
Nope. It is the heater. So she is going to try the jump shot off the stone off the tee line. Here it comes. Big weight. 1, 2. Stone's moving. Well, she's crept herself in to score, but it's only going to be a single point. So after all of that, back-to-back forces, and Thevenot moves ahead by a score of 4-2 here in Swift Current.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Sixth end is underway at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Wherever you are in the world, glad you're with us on Curling Stadium. Ashley Thevenot scoring a single point on the fifth end. Enjoying a 2-point lead, 4-2 over Chelsea Carey in the C bracket game. The winner will advance to the C qualifier. Loser of this game will be out of the event. So it is showdown time here at the Western Showdown. Hans Frauenlob along with Jim Nix. And Chelsea Carey's feels like she's been chasing this game, but here she is with the hammer on the even ends. And after forcing Thevenot to a single point, has a decent chance to get herself back on level terms, Jim.
Yeah, down 2 is never fun to be down 2, but down 2 with the hammer playing 6. If you can score 2 here, you actually are in the control position for the last 2 ends as far as scoreboard management goes, and pretty near half to score 2. It's a very tough challenge to only score 1 and then steal 8, steal 9 basically, or give up 1, get 2, and then steal 1. It's just either way, you got to steal a couple more ends. It makes it difficult, so you kind of need to get 2 here. Got to go hard for 2 at least.
Chelsea Carey says we're definitely going for it here, throwing up the corner guard and ignoring the stone in the rings to draw one around that corner guard early. Nice shot. Fully buried high in the rings. Bonin-Ducharme. Good execution.
Yeah, very nice shot.
Now actually Thevenot will start defending the fort here. It's a long, long time in the end, though, to kind of protect that stone early, isn't it? You start stacking guards.
Might see her peel that corner guard off on the next shot, depending on what transpires here.
Good guard weight. It's a piece of that center line. Protecting the shot rock from both sides now. Shot rock fully buried behind cover. Good guard.
Yeah, Chelsea could play the draw around this one, but she's so far, at least, unless she changes it, looking at playing the peel. Wants to make sure she doesn't get into too much trouble too early here.
Yeah, she knows that scoring is essential. She definitely will press hard for two, but doesn't want to take undue risk.
No, that's true. You definitely have to score. So I'm going to get the one here.
So close to a double clear. So this will be an interesting shot choice coming up for Ashley. Do you deal with the corner guard now? Or do you defend shot? And the decision is corner guard is the most threatening stone to us right now. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah, good call. I didn't think she'd play it, but it's a good call. Thought she'd probably throw the guard again. Sometimes if you think the other person's going to keep peeling it, that's the other way to sort of defend against them using the corner, but nothing wrong with this at all.
Well, I've been really impressed with Taylor Stremick. She can really throw accurate heat. So when you've got a high quality hitter like Taylor in your team, why not throw the peel?
Sure,
with confidence.
And you got a better guard now anyway.
Exactly.
Bonus point.
Stuff the guard, made it perfect. And that choice of running the corner there in that situation, to me, Jim, is basically Ashley saying, I'm not going to tolerate a three. Yeah. Worst I'm going to do is go to 7 even.
Yeah, true enough.
Carey bringing the play down towards shot rock. Can you sit in front of it? And she does. Quite annoying position in the sense of Ashley Thevenot. Have to deal with that.
Yeah, I thought they would have taken that a little further, but that's a good shot. Emily's Saskarias has certainly played well the last 3-4 hands. She's been great on. She's thrown good hits, and she's made most of her draws as well. So,
after initially thinking about an inside freeze, some input from her teammates saying, well, that's kind of a natural looking double. Why don't we try that? And so that will be the play. Brittany Tran needs to hit about half on the inside to make the pair.
She's not gonna hit
no
it.
Contact yet. And this will blow right by. Oh my goodness. So now Chelsea's thinking can switch entirely. Now all of a sudden you start thinking about, okay, how do we maybe engineer for a 3 here? Huge opportunity for Team Carey. Can they punish the miss? Carly Burgess looking to promote her own stone forward. Get some action on the shot rock. Pushes it off the pin to the back of the button. That's a beauty. What she's done in the process, Jim, she's created at least 3 options.
Yeah, that's a lot of red rocks around right now.
So Ashley can't guard everything, or can't neutralize everything. She has to make a choice.
I like this call. I might like it better on the in-turn. It might be a little bit flat for the out-turn, but or the out-turn might come off a little bit flat is what I mean. I said that backwards, but so I kind of like the in-turn a little bit better, but either way, I do like the idea of playing this double or hit and roll, whatever one you end up with. I'd be looking double here for sure.
Makeable.
Yeah.
Steepish angle. So the line read is going to be absolutely everything on this shot. It's on its way. It's about a quarter to make. It's going to just be the hit and roll.
I think that's what they were playing, actually.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that either.
No.
Except for the double.
Has left the delivered rock exposed, though. So Chelsea Carey says, yeah, we can nose that and make the pair. Getting late in the end now. Big shot here for Burgess. Trying to set the table. Once again, just a missed line read.
Yeah.
Shot was there. Over curls. Does leave themselves lying 1 with backing behind it, but with the missed line read, could have been lying 3.
Yeah, very easily, and not even a very, well, just a surprise that they didn't make that a little bit better than that.
Lots of red rocks in the rings, though, and Ashley Thevenot knows she needs to be really careful here. A long way from out of danger. They're talking freeze, and now everybody's going to come up and join the conversation. Aren't a lot of fantastic options. Could try the red double on the out-turn side. There's some risk there, of course. A little less risk with the freeze, but risk nonetheless. What do you like, Jim?
Yeah, I think I like to draw around the yellow one and try to corner freeze the red, maybe on the inside versus on the outside. This shot here is fine, but if you don't get the roll, then it's definitely a pretty easy-ish tap to sit 2 or 3 for Chelsea Carey. So I don't think I'd be playing this hit. You're hitting number 4, and I just feel like I could probably put one in that's going to be better than what I'm going to get off of that roll. But
yeah, I'm with you. If I'm hitting number 3, not number 4.
Yeah.
And exactly that. You got a long roll to make this a good shot.
Yeah, the out-turn hit on the one that's just right of center there is definitely a possibility. You open up your back one a little bit, but that's only if you make the double. So, and you'd be number 1 and 2.
Exactly.
So it's a pretty good result as well. And it's hard to hurt yourself much. If you ever say, well, you could pick your own out, well, you would, but If
Yeah,
you did,
so what?
yeah, it's going, and you're still going to be number 2, so she's going to have to deal with yours if she's going to bring this one into play. So, yeah, it's tough, admittedly, real tough decision here for sure.
So it is going to be the out-turn hit for Ashley Thevenot. You're going to have to roll this about 4 feet to get behind some cover. Count that stone on the front 8 foot. They're on the inside of it. It's not far away. A little spin back, hides a corner. Not terrible.
No, no, pretty good, I think. If she's going to play the double, she'll lose her shooter, but just a little bit less of a roll would have been nicer.
Yeah,
but that was hard. I really liked the way she threw that stone. She threw that with a nice weight for that kind of a shot, and they were able to manage it down, but they just needed to make it curl a little bit more.
So Team Carey will have some options here. They are lying 1. They're talking about, well, do we just sit one on top of ours? Problem is, you do that, you get second shot, you're gonna have to move stones. So if we don't do that, what do we do? Do we tap the one front 8? Do we make a play at one of the yellows and spill to the wings? Do you ever think about a slash double and try to pick the 2 yellow off? There's some options here, but Chelsea knows that she needs it multiple for sure. Single point is not going to get the job done, so you need to do something to give yourself a chance of a multiple, I think, Jim.
Yeah, I think so too. The slash double would sit you with 2 in the house because you're going to lose the shooter. So you'd have 2 in the house, but then I think Thevenot plays the double back on the
double
one
back.
Yep. We played before.
Yep.
So I don't know that that's real good. I think I like this. Come down here and just tap this red one a little bit. Just even tap it straight back, and you'd still only probably be sitting 1. But I like where it ends up, and where yours ends up, and if she doesn't do anything with it, going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the play, you are taking some risk, but I'm trying to draw back 4 foot weight to my shot rock, push the red straight back, and hope that you can push the stone of the back 4 foot back maybe 3 or 4 inches. And if you can do that, then chances are pretty decent to give yourself a shot for a 3.
Yeah.
You don't want to snooker yourself on this shot. You don't want to make a shot choice where Ashley comes right back and says, okay, I'm happy to give you 1. Happy to give you 2 even.
Chelsea looking a little bit at playing the tap on the high red one. Just get that in for it to sit 2. I would just be a little bit nervous about that, where I maybe make something a little bit easier for Thevenot to get out of. There's be a lot of other games ending now because we've had a big jump in everybody coming to watch the end of this one, so we welcome everybody.
Exactly. Come on over.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, it's getting good, this game. So
exactly. Picked a good time.
Admittedly, a tough call.
Yeah, it is a tough call. It is a tough call. It's a big moment in this game. It's really the moment in this game for Chelsea Carey. Chance to get yourself back on even terms or better, but you make a bad choice here, you might lock the door on yourself. They are now looking at yellow. And you're right. I think, slashing yellow may not be the shot because you will lose shooter, but, can you get enough of the top yellow to maybe leave yourself 4th shot or 3rd shot rather? Does that help you? Not sure. Instinct to me says tapping the 1 front 8 gives you the most opportunity of locking in 2, but you have to be precise about where you put the leave. You'd have to have it just in the front 4 foot to make it safe, I think. Well, after all of the discussion, we seem to have settled on a shot choice. Question is, what is that shot choice? Not entirely sure. It's going to be down this out turn path. We know that much. They talk about playing it the yellow.
Yeah, I don't mind playing the yellow one if you're going to play it with, I don't know, hack or board weight or something where your shooter's going to stay.
Right.
And then what does Thevenot do? Well, if she wants to be shot, she's going to have to make a play on yours, but that's hard. There's not a lot of room for her to work that, and she may just draw to yours.
Yep.
But I don't mind that shot if that's what the call is, and it looks like it probably is. I can't picture what this ice would be for if it wasn't for just bumping the yellow out or back or something.
Yep. You'd want to move the yellow target rock super deep in the ring, certainly into the 12-foot.
Yeah, because if you're going to play this, you want to bring that front red one into play here.
Exactly. And this one's really making a move, though. It's heading towards that front red.
So I'd say that's what she's playing, is the tap on the red.
Through the hole, through the gap, and deep. So once again, I hate to say it, but you know what? In terms of salvaging something from a shot where you knew that the weight was probably a little bit heavy, bit of a misread. You needed some kind of a redirect off of one of those stones in the front 4-foot to salvage that. Pushing it back 12. Keeps it alive. Slash double still there, so Thevenot still has to make a decent shot here, but could have been better, I think, for Carey.
Yeah, I think so too. Very unfortunate. I will also say that it's not. No matter what you do, it'd be hard when you look at where those two rocks are. It's almost hard to believe she got the back one to where it is, hitting it where the top one is. It looks like it'd have to go partly through the yellow, so she basically went right around it. That's not very good luck. I don't see Thevenot making a play on this red one unless it's throwing some weight and just picking it out. And then you might leave that slash double for 2, which Chelsea might take on. I don't know, but she might.
Yeah, it's right now. What you do know is that there's still lots of red rocks in the rings.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out another way to get another one of yours in there, I think, because it's pretty hard to eliminate red. So if you can't eliminate red, you better get another yellow one in there.
Yeah, if you just draw around this and sit on the red one, in almost any angle, it's going to make it very difficult for Chelsea Carey to do anything about it.
Yeah. For me, that's the shot. For me, the shot drawing down to the red shot rock and just sitting in front of it would be my preferred choice. Least dangerous choice, but she is eyeing up the red.
Well, I'm not sure what she's looking at guarding here. I'm just, I can't figure out if she's trying to guard the slash for, the slash now would be for 3.
It would be.
Think about it. So that's, if she's guarding that, maybe I can make some sense. First, I thought she was trying to guard that shot that Chelsea just threw, and I thought, well, that's a hard shot. She just made it, sort of, but really hard, so.
Yeah, definitely guarding the slash double here, but as we've seen, there's a lot of movement on the ice today, and throwing a guard with line precision is not the easiest thing in the world. And we saw that last one at Chelsea's, and if she leaves this guard wide, I'm not convinced that Chelsea wouldn't have a straight back on her own red that she just threw for possibly 2, so hard to guard everything here for Thevenot.
Yeah.
Trying to guard the most dangerous option, which in her mind is the slash double. Can she get a 2-for-1 out of the deal, though, and watch it walking over. Oh! She has covered. Have we covered enough? Everybody's kind of curious. Now they're looking at crazy in-offs and angle runs. Can she see enough of that stone on the 4-foot to maybe still make that slash double for 3?
They haven't really even looked at it, Hans, so I'm not so sure. I think she must be playing yellow on red, maybe.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it looks like they've settled on yellow-red. I wonder if she'll think differently when she gets in the hack and has a look.
Well, I don't think it's going to look better, though, because she's going to be in the right-hand hack, and it should be, you probably can see less of it.
Yep.
From there.
So final stone coming your way here on end number 6 in Swift Current. Chelsea Carey trailing by 2. Trying to figure out a way to get a second point here and level it up. We believe the shot attempt is going to be yellow-red raise. Into the stone, the front 4 foot. Try and get her 2 that way. Here it comes. Tough shot.
Really tough shot. And I don't know if she's got enough weight for it. Does she? Even if, probably would have had enough weight, but that was really hard.
Yeah, it was really hard. So force achieved for Team Thevenot. Big force. They carry a 1-point lead into the 7th end with the hammer here in Swift Current.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster. Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Seventh end is underway here at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. Actually, Thevenot enjoying a 4-3 lead in the 7th end against Chelsea Carey in this C bracket game. Winner will advance to the C qualifier. Hans Frauenlob along with Jim Nix. Still feels like, well, I was going to say anybody's game. Certainly advantage Thevenot with 1 up in 7, but it's one of those games where it just doesn't feel certain how this one's going to end up.
No, it kind of feels like Thevenot should have a 2 or 3 point lead here, not just a single point. So, not that they played a whole lot better, but they certainly have had better setups for the most part, I think. And so I just feel like they should have a little bit more of a lead. And Chelsea struggled, and she's gonna make some shots here. So if she makes her last 4 shots good, then she may well come back and tie this one up or send it to an extra end.
Thevenot playing the Yellowstones. Shot behind 2 center guards belonging to Carey. Looking to take the play away from that center. Kaylin Skinner dealing with some debris in the slide path. Great crowd again today in Swift Current. Fans behind the sheets. We've also got temporary stands beside the ice surface. We've had great crowds really through the day today.
Yeah, and they start early. First draw this morning, with the seats were pretty much full out on the ice surface. So Kudos to them. I don't think I'm going out there at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we've just seen the no-tick rule apply. That delivery grazing that stone off the center line. Comes off, gets replaced. That's an unforced error.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gives Chelsea Carey now a great chance to use those center guards. Trying to get something in position in front of that shot rock that she can use a bit later in the end. Or is she gonna go wrapping right around it here? Just gonna nudge it, sit beside it. Pretty good shot. After briefly thinking about making a play at the stone in the rings, her teammates say, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We're one up. Sixth rock at the end. Let's deal with those center guards, please.
Yeah, I might try to peel this. I might try to make the double peel here. I don't know, but it comes with a little bit of a risk, but it's really early, and if I end up with one more of Carey stones on the top of the 8 foot, that wouldn't bother me too much.
Yeah, if you're Ashley Thevenot, you're thinking scoring here's a good result.
Yeah.
Dropping a steal, bad result. Emily Zacharias. Looking to replace that guard. Always a tough shot for me, Jim.
It's
Trying
a really
to
tough
stack
shot.
that long guard. Creeps a little deeper than they were perhaps hoping, exposing the shot rock in the process. And so this time, Thevenot says, yeah, even though I'd like to clear those center guards, it's a bit too inviting just to not take the opportunity to deal with that stone in the 4 foot.
Yeah, I know on those guards, I remember I've been a skip most of my life, but when I turned seniors, I did play front end for a couple of years. And when I got to that last end, I had to throw a guard. And long before most of these rules, certainly the no-tick rule on the center line, it was, that was more pressure I felt ever. I'd much rather draw to the 4 foot than try to throw a guard at guard. It's just like,
exactly.
Ugh.
Throw it exactly on the center line, exactly a 1.5 feet over the hog line. That's hard.
That would be it. This is not.
This one's going to hit and spill. They would have liked it to hang around as a potential counter, but it spills off the rings.
Yeah, with the position of her other stone, it's not too bad, but.
And the good news for Thevenot, shot rock very well defended now. Conversely, Chelsea Carey says, I put those center guards there for a reason. So I'm happy for them to be there, even though you're shot. Feel like at this point for Chelsea, it's all out attack for the steal. And that is a very, very good setup shot if you're thinking steal. Gets behind some cover, sits deep in the 4 foot, freezable, jammable. That's a terrific shot for me. Creates all kinds of possibilities for Chelsea Carey and all kinds of angst for Ashley Thevenot.
Ashley finally wanted to play some defense, and her team's talked her out of it.
We're into it now.
Yeah. I will agree that if you can get this out, to put that rock back there 3 or 4 times in a row would be would be difficult, but I wouldn't mind a double peel on the guards either.
I feel like, if you're Chelsea Carey and you're thinking steal, you're pretty happy that these kind of gentle weight back ring, back four-ish shots are being played, because all that's happening is stones are accumulating. Usable stones.
Yeah.
Does push shot rock out of the 4 foot into the 8 foot. So Thevenot lying one, but Chelsea won't mind about that at all. She'll just look to put this back, and with that stone in the back 8 foot now is a bit of a catcher. Can afford this one to be a little bit further forward in the rings this time, T-line-ish.
This one's out a little further, it seems.
So calling the audible now because they don't have great line. They're going to try and take it a little bit deeper, or deep as they can. Comes to rest just short of the 4 foot. Still something that Ashley's going to have to deal with, of course. Chelsea again stretching back on the backboards.
She's going to try to roll away on this, or at least that was the initial indication, looking at probably the double. If you were to sit right there, I don't think that would be too bad either.
No, I'm with you. I think nose isn't terrible at all. But
nose.
But if you are thinking about taking the play away from there and going to the wing, then you might as well try the slash double.
Yeah.
If you're determined to go wide. This one, though, curling towards nose. A little outside flop. So the good news for Team Thevenot, they are controlling the front of the 4 foot at this point. But there are usable stones here, but just 2 to come for Team Carey, so she's going to have to make her move right now.
Yeah, it's if that rock had come up a few more inches, then I think this double becomes a little bit tougher. I'm making an assumption here they're playing the double and not just going into the rock in the 4 foot.
I think you're right, Jim. I think it is. Hit a quarter to the right of the brush. Plant. Maybe leave yourself half buried at the top of the 4 in the process. So big shot coming up here for Chelsea Carey. Potential to turn this end around if she can make this inside double and get a little bit of cover in the process. Here it comes. Sweeping for curl, might be a bit thick on the top stone, gets the action, punches it across. Yellowstone is going to drift back into 3rd shot position. Nice shot, and look where the shooter went. Great shot.
Yeah, I think that was a very good shot.
Now the equation changes instantly for Ashley Thevenot. She's got the hammer, but all of a sudden you're having to play a come around little freeze into an area where you don't really want to go, but you don't really have a great deal of choice right now. Chelsea Carey trailing by 1. Really needs the steal. With that stone sitting just in front of the 4 foot, that is a very promotable rock with draw weight. So I think she's given herself the best options that she could have at this stage of the game, I think, Jim. I think she's done everything she can with that setup shot.
Yeah, it was a great shot. I'm not so sure actually Thevenot's team had really thought that out quite the right way of that shot, because I know that rolling away on that, even if you rolled away and didn't set up the double, wasn't probably the best result. And as it was, you just left it exactly where the double was makeable, and a little roll and a great shot by Chelsea managed to put them in pretty good shape here. Really couldn't draw it up too much better if you're trying to steal.
Absolutely. Ashley Thevenot playing the intern, wanting to sit it in the 4-foot somewhere in front of that stone in the back ring, or the back 8-foot. Does have backing to use. Doesn't really want to create separation. Is going to tap it a little bit, but not enough to push that red stone out of third shot position, I don't think.
Yeah, close back there, but I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think they're going to get a chance to move that top red. It's going to be a matter of Chelsea playing this and then Thevenot having to throw a shot for one.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jim. So if I'm Chelsea, I'm certainly wanting to push this Yellowstone back into the 12-foot in the process and make Ashley look at 3 on her last.
Oh yeah, I think that just makes perfect sense. She's going to have almost the same shot either way, so you might as well make the tap and flop a little bit and sit 3 is to sit 1 somewhere. So I think if you throw back 12 here, that's going to do the trick, and you might end up leaving a little bit of backing for Ashley, but you might not either. So
yeah, she only needs to roll about a rock width inside to make that final stone really tough. Here it comes for Chelsea Carey. Playing down towards that stone just delivered by Thevenot. Both sweepers on it. They don't think it's heavy. This one is really moving again. We've seen this throughout the game, trying to hold the line, but it's going to clip the top stone. Disaster for Carey. My. How many times have we seen that in this game, Jim? That stone just goes.
Just don't know what they're seeing there, because even as we watch it on the screen, and we're 1,000 miles away, and it's not, the screen is jumping around even a little bit on us in the front. You just feel like you're 3 seconds ahead of them as far as when they need to start to sweep it. I don't quite get it.
Yeah, they've been fooled right throughout the game.
Yeah.
Getting sweeping reads late, whether it's lighter weight or sharper rock, but the net result, huge relief for Ashley Thevenot, because now she's got a chance to draw for 2 to give herself a 3-point lead coming home.
Yeah, massive. I feel bad for Chelsea on that shot. I mean, she threw what should have been a pretty good shot. They just didn't manage it. Between all of them, they didn't manage it very well coming down the sheet.
Needing a piece of the 4-foot to score her 2.
Looks pretty heavy.
It does look pretty heavy. Got some sort of backing to use back there, but I don't know. It looks like a single to me. We'll just wait for the confirmation. Stones have been kicked away, absolutely. So it is only a single point. So my goodness gracious. Ashley Thevenot with a chance to kind of salt the game away, but didn't quite get it put away. Single point, we believe. We'll wait for confirmation. Yes, indeed, it is a single as we head for the 8th end. Thevenot with a 5-3 lead over Chelsea Carey.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind. From pre-seed to post-harvest, you can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Eighth end underway here in Swift Current at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. And it is a showdown, possibly the last game still going out here in this draw in Swift Current. Wherever you are in the world, glad you're joining us on Curling Stadium and enjoying the action. Actually, Thevenot enjoying a tenuous 2-point lead over Chelsea Carey in this C bracket game. Winner will advance to the C qualifier. Thevenot with a chance to draw for 2 to give herself a comforting 3-point lead coming home, but heavy with that draw attempt for the 2. So had to settle for a single point. So there's a bit of a pulse for Chelsea Carey, but they're gonna have to step up on the execution front if they're gonna try to send this to an extra end. Hans Frauenlob along with Jim Nix. And Jim, Thevenot, you've said it earlier, feels like they should be further ahead than they are. And they haven't quite got this one put away yet.
No, 2-point lead is not a guarantee, but you know, if you play this end well, and you know, it might be that Carey gets one behind the guard somewhere, and you end up giving up a deuce and take hammer to the extra end. That's fine. Chelsea, on the other hand, does have at least a corner guard to work with. She's going in right away, it looks like, which I didn't know she would do that. I thought she might wait a little bit.
Yeah,
Carey's trying to get it off of that one.
Wound up working halfway decent for her with that little redirect. Bites the 12-foot in second shot position and gets half cover behind that corner guard. So it actually worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it was a good sweeping job. It didn't look like, you know, just 6-8 feet in front of that rock. Looked like it was going to be almost on the nose of it, and she managed to get it over enough to get it behind the corner.
So that red stone in the 12-foot sitting so high in the house, I was going to say earlier, you know, you might think about stacking 2 corner guards, but that's effectively what you've got, even though you got one of them in the rings. That stone in the top 12 later in the end. You could treat it as a corner guard. You could easily go around it again.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Taylor Stremick being asked to place a center guard, and she executes perfectly. I've been impressed with Taylor. She's had a very good game.
Yeah, they've got those ones lined up just about perfect.
So the proverbial gauntlet's been thrown down. Thevenot with a 2-point lead. Lining up center guards, defending shot rock. Chelsea Carey with the hammer. Corner guard up, one behind it. Chasing hard for the pair that she needs to force this to an extra end. It's the classic situation. You got to love it.
This one needs to curl a little bit.
One thing we've seen throughout this match, you know the draws are going to finish hard. Taking it as deep as they can, bringing it in half into the 4-foot.
Yeah, both second stones have had good games.
Yeah, they have. Emily Zacharias and Taylor Stremick duking it out at the second stone position.
It's a tough call.
It is a tough call. I was just about to say that, you know, that stone location, front 4-foot, makes it so difficult because anywhere you go, you know you've got some danger, residual danger behind you. That stone is in a very good position for Carey and a very dangerous position for Thevenot. Even though yellow's lying 1. It's pretty lonely. You got 2 red ones in front of it. And in the back of your mind, sorry, go ahead, Jim.
No, I was just going to say, I feel like she might have settled on the guard here, which is to your point of guarding for your life kind of stuff. It's
yeah,
that might be what you're doing. I think the in-turn draw right around that yellow one wouldn't be bad. Try to get to the inside of the red, or at least get to the nose of the red.
Yeah, I'm with you. If you do elect guard in this situation, you are accepting some risk that you could lose the game. Good execution on that guard, though. They're well overlapped in the front. Now for Chelsea Carey, you're saying, well, we know we need 2. We're lying 2-3 in the rings. You do have an angle stone that you could run later. Do you leave the center guards intact and just go for it? Or do you try and open it up right now to just give yourself something to work with? And it looks to me like she's electing to clear front stones, which for me personally, when you're 2 down, I'm not clearing much.
Yeah, it's tough to convince yourself that this one's right, but looks like it's going to be a good shot. Going to get rid of everything.
Yep. If you're going to clear, you might as well triple clear. That was a great shot.
Yeah, you see it again here. Mitch just mentioned that Emily Zacharias has had a good game, and this is probably the most important shot she's thrown the whole game, and does a great job with it.
1, 2, 3 yellow stones in motion. Out of the danger zone of the scoring area. So that does open things up for Carey, but to my mind, it also reduces the chances of them scoring 3.
Yeah, 3 is going to be difficult now for sure, but it was getting a little tough.
First job is to survive, isn't it?
Yeah,
You got to get 2 first.
Yeah, it was getting a little tough to figure out how she was going to get the second one, so I wasn't against that. I'd just grimace a little bit about having to call that shot, but I wasn't totally against it, although it's going to be a little disappointing to see this red one go away and have yellow all of a sudden sitting 2.
Don't forget about that red stone sitting in the front of the 12-foot. That could actually be an important stone by the time we get to the business end of this 8th end. Chelsea Carey says, yep, we got corner guards. Let's get behind them. I don't think she's going to be worried in the least about the jam on the yellow. It's all about the roll here.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Carly Burgess. If she can get underneath those corner guards, then 3 comes back on the table, but this has to curl a ton. It's going to go the other way, and will it hang around the rings? Oh, that's disastrous if it's spilling out of the rings as well. You can see the disappointment in the body language of Carly on that.
Yeah, probably more weight than I think was good to play for that shot. If you're actually trying to make that roll in behind, which they would have been, I think somewhere in that, whatever board kind of weight would have been plenty. I don't know that you had to throw quite that much. Carly's a great hitter, but
going to be really tough to clear those corner guards. They're welded.
Yeah, the only way to get that one is to probably hit it high on the outside and hope it drags into the one in the house, but I don't know that's really what you want to do. It's
is that actually helping your cause even if you make?
Well, exactly, and it probably leaves one of them in play somewhere anyway, so you either maybe have to draw here, or you could possibly go by that. They're far enough up, you possibly could go by that and actually take that red rock out. Take the chance of ticking the guard, though.
Yeah, you could. If you were confident about where to stick the brush, you could kind of try to come around the pile entirely on the outturn side and get second shot. For me, it's all about out-counting that stone that's biting the front 12 foot at this point.
Yeah.
You could even go around the corner guard on the left-hand side of our picture, lie 1-2, second stone covered. Because you know that Chelsea's got to score 2, right?
Yeah. They are going to try to pick this one out.
Okay, here we go. Brittany Tran. We did see her flash and hit.
Yeah, it would be good for Thevenot if she could play a weight here that would give her a second shot too. So as you say, if she rolls this to the right as we look at the overhead, roll it over there somewhere that Chelsea can't come around the double guards and be shot rock or second shot rock.
I'm sure she's going to be conservative and want to stay well away from those corner guards, and you could see out of hand, actually holding her hand out wide, saying that stone is wide, and they're sweeping as much as they can for curl. They are going to chip that stone, but is it going to move off the rings? No, I think it's going to cling on. Yes, it does. Oh my, 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 my. There is all of a sudden now game-changing opportunity for Chelsea Carey. Duck one around those corners. Now you're introducing the thought into Ashley's brain of, hey, we could lose this game here.
Yeah, there's a definite possibility now if Carey's team can make 2 or 3 really good shots, that she might have a shot at 3 here. Starts with this one though.
Absolutely does. This is the key. Needs to hide this one great and not set up a double in the process. They're going to bring it deep. It's well by those guards, so it's plan B action now. Take it deep in the rings. Don't set up a natural double, which they do, but too deep in the rings really for me. You would have liked that one front 8 instead of back 8.
Yeah, I think that definitely would have been a preference.
But as long as there are red stones touching the rings, there's still risk in here for Ashley Thevenot. Two gets you to an extra end, but you drop 3 gamers.
Yeah, straight draw for Ashley. Just sit on the red wouldn't be horrible. Somewhere above the tee line, buried would be okay as well.
Yep, the unacceptable miss here is light. If you're ever to sit top 8, set up a natural double, you'd be feeling pretty sick. So you need to get it back to the backstone, I think, if you're going to play at it.
Yeah, it curls enough here. You could actually probably tap it out if you wanted to, but
yeah, there's definitely all kinds of room past the corner guards, no doubt about that, Jim.
yeah, they're already trying to make this one curl. It's got to go a long ways. I don't know if they can get it there. Working hard, though, to do it.
Yeah, big lean on the brush and just going to graze it, and it's going to spill through. Oh, my, my. Now Chelsea Carey in a position where hitting a little bit of an outside roll to there, you're potentially setting up a win.
Yeah, has a chance to sit 3 here. Hasn't done a whole lot to really warrant it, I don't think, but she's got a chance. So
absolutely.
Thevenot's team managed to hit a couple of rocks that just couldn't quite get them out. That was just a hair heavy. Might have been a little out too, but it was definitely just a hair heavy. Just take a couple of pounds off of that and it goes over there, no problem at all.
Well, that rock I was talking about earlier in the end, Jim, that's just biting the edge of the 12-foot is looming huge right now.
Yeah, it really is, because if Chelsea makes this and just rolls a little bit to the right, as we look at it on the overhead, what does Thevenot do? Well, I think she probably has to play the freeze to the back one that she just tried.
I completely agree. If Chelsea can roll this one to the wing and there is no crosshouse double as a result, then I think the freeze attempt on the comeback from Ashley may indeed be her best and maybe only option to avoid a chance of losing. This one, though, curling, it's not going to roll to the outside. It's going to roll on the inside. Oh, dear. Chelsea Carey lying 3, but has she given Ashley Thevenot an easier out? I think she has. A little 2-foot roll here for Thevenot. Might let her escape somehow. But as one of my old teammates used to say to me, Jim, toughest shot in curling is a hit and roll when you need it.
Yeah.
And she needs it right here. No sensible double. You'd never take on a double on any of the angles here in this situation.
No.
So it will be a hit on the shot rock.
Throwing a little more weight than I thought she might throw here, judging by the ice.
Well, we have seen Ashley struggle a little bit with her in-turn on the hits earlier in the game. In response, she stepped up her weight on the hits and was throwing them much cleaner as a result. Problem is when you step up the weight, harder to control the roll, harder to read the line to get the great roll. Here it comes. Release looked pretty tidy there. Now they're sweeping for curl.
Should
be a bit aggressive. They do need this roll, but they need to save the roll as well. Now they're sweeping for curl. How much roll are they going to get? They're going to get 3/4 of a rock. Another half a rock, and that is a pistol. That is still pretty good, though. It is set up to jam. Chelsea Carey says, what can you see? You can see 3/4, but is that going to be enough? You're going to have to push it past the stone in the back 12-foot. Pretty good shot.
Yeah, I agree. Ideally another couple inches of roll would be beautiful, but Chelsea looking at maybe some kind of run there, but I don't see that. I think the shot is makeable. It's just you've got to just feather that top guards. They look so far away on the overhead, but definitely a makeable shot with the amount of curl that goes in there.
So after all of this, after trailing the entirety of this game, well, not the entirety of this game, she stole the first end, but has not had the lead since the second end. Chelsea Carey with the opportunity on the final rock of the 8th end to win it right here.
I think she'll be very close on this.
Yes, gonna have to get quite tight to those corner guards. Enough weight to push the yellow straight back. Can she do it? Can she score 3? Stone on its way.
Ooh, that seemed like a little bit outside of the...
It did look a little inside out, didn't it? Sweeping for curl, but this one has got a pile of curling to do, and my gosh, it's not even going to be close. It's going to go by everything on the high side. My goodness, what a result for Ashley Thevenot. Breathing an enormous sigh of relief, staring down the barrel of a possible loss. Chelsea Carey wide and heavy with her final takeout attempt, and it will be Thevenot to take the victory, and they will advance into the C qualifier game here in Swift Current. Jim Nix, wow, what a turn of events that was.
Yeah, sure was. It does. After watching this game and watching Chelsea have to stretch out a little bit a few times and stuff, it makes me wonder a little bit if she's got something going on, because she throws the rock too good to throw a couple of the shots she threw today, like the last one. I mean, that's just not what you would expect at all from her. Thevenot's team did hang in, and they survived a couple of rocky moments, and congrats to them for winning this one, and they get to continue on.
So thanks very much for joining us from Swift Current at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. Ashley Thevenot escaping with a 6-3 victory over Chelsea Carey, and they advance into the C qualifier. Join us again for more great curling stadium action right throughout the weekend at the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. For Jim Nix, I'm Hans Frauenlob. So long from Swift Current.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.